one OnlyFans video, two cousins, four men, zero socks. And tonight, on live television, Andy Cohen is going to sit across from both of them and ask them to explain themselves in front of the entire Bravo audience. Part 1 of the Vanderpump Rules, Season 12 reunion airs tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern on Bravo. And based on everything in that trailer, this is going to be one of the most unhinged reunion tapings this show has produced in years, because it is not just the cousins. There is also a cheating scandal, a baby pact, an Instagram war that ended with someone telling someone else to shut the F up on national television, and Andy Cohen asking the entire cast on a scale of nothing to White Lotus. How bad was it? If you do not know what White Lotus Season 3 is, I need you to understand that Andy Cohen looked directly at two male cousins who made adult content together and made that specific comparison on camera at the reunion taping. That is the level of this situation. We are getting into all of it before the show starts tonight. Okay, 3 things you are going to find out in this video. Number 1, the full timeline of the cousins' OnlyFans scandal. From the moment Israel Isaac read that description out loud at Paso Robles to Demi Selim watching the actual video and screaming and throwing the phone down to Lisa Vanderpump, finding out about the penis pump from Angelica Jensen before a work event. Number 2, every single other storyline that is getting addressed at tonight's reunion. Because the cousins' drama is only one part of what is happening on that stage. Chris has cheating allegations against him. Audrey and Angelica are in a full war. Shane has a baby pact, and Venus does not trust Kim. Number 3, who is walking into that reunion in the most dangerous position? Because after watching this entire season, there are 2 people specifically who I think are about to have the worst night of their Bravo career, and one of them is not who you expect. Subscribe right now if you are a Vanderpump Rules fan. Reunion starts in a few hours. Let us get you ready. Okay, let us go back to where this all started. Episode 7, Paso Robles Wine Country. Lisa Vanderpump brought part of her SUR staff to pour at an event. She wanted professional. She wanted drama-free. She wanted her new cast to represent the restaurant well. And then Israel Isaac sat down next to Angelica Jensen and read her a description from Chris and Jason's OnlyFans page out loud. The description Israel read talked about the boys being oiled up and every inch covered. Angelica immediately did not want to hear anymore. But the damage was done. She had the information. And if there is one thing this season has taught us about Angelica Jensen, she is, in her own words, an open book who overshares her intrusive thoughts. And if nobody tells her something is a secret, she assumes it is fair game for everyone. So Angelica took the information to Kim Suarez and Demi Selim. And Demi, unlike Angelica, actually watched the video. Demi's reaction in her confessional is one of the most genuinely chaotic moments this new cast has produced all season. She described 4 men in the video, 2 of them being Chris and Jason, cousins, completely naked. She said there was a lot of massaging, a lot of everything, and then she threw the phone down and shrieked. And when Angelica asked if they actually crossed a line, Demi said they were all touching each other. The word that followed Demi's description for the rest of the season, and the word that is going to be the center of tonight's reunion, was incest. But wait, because the scandal did not stay contained to the cast, it made it all the way to the top, and how it got to Lisa Vanderpump is one of the most specifically chaotic moments of the whole season. Stay with me. Lisa Vanderpump found out about all of this because Angelica told her, while they were at a work event. And Angelica did not just mention the OnlyFans, she mentioned the penis pump. Jason also owns a penis pump. And Angelica told their boss about the penis pump while explaining why she was no longer romantically interested in Jason. Lisa's face in that confessional is something I genuinely cannot describe. You have to watch it. Lisa Vanderpump has managed a SUR staff for over a decade. She has seen a lot, and even she did not know what to do with the penis pump information at a professional event. Jason told the Daily Dish afterward that the craziest moment of the whole season for him was hearing Lisa find out about everything. He said he just did not know what to think. And then the cousins tried to explain themselves. To their cast, at Paso Robles, their defense was this. The description on OnlyFans is written to make you click on the video. It is marketing. The actual content is them getting massaged and washing each other's backs. It is athletic recovery content. They work out, they break up scar tissue, and they do it for their fans who enjoy that kind of content. Jason told the group, big whoop, the cast mostly sided with the cousins. Marcus Johnson told Angelica directly that she had a fling with Jason that went sour and she was now weaponizing the information to embarrass him publicly. Venus Binkley was even more direct. He said Angelica was using the gossip to character assassinate someone she knew was a good person because her ego was hurt. He said the crime does not fit the punishment of what she was doing to the boys. And Shane Davis, who was newly dating Angelica at this point, walked away from the entire conversation to go play video games. He told her directly he did not want to be involved. Angelica ended the episode in tears. Now here is the thing. Angelica told Pop Culture she has no regrets about spreading the information. She said she does not judge anyone for having OnlyFans. She just thought it was strange for cousins to appear in content together, and she said she found what she believed the content to be dark and weird. She has not apologized to the cousins. And according to Bravo's own post-filming updates, she still has not gotten what she considers a real apology from Chris either. This is the unresolved mess that is walking into that reunion stage tonight. Okay, I need you to focus right now because tonight is not just about the cousins. And the other storylines hitting that stage are just as explosive. Let us talk about Audrey and Chris, because this one is genuinely more serious than the OnlyFans drama in terms of what it says about someone's actual character. In the reunion trailer, Andy Cohen tells Audrey that after the show started airing, a woman posted publicly that she had been sleeping with Chris the entire time Audrey and Chris were together. And Andy then turns to Chris and asks directly, "Were you sleeping with another woman while you were with her?" Audrey's response in the trailer is that there were details that were believable. That is not a denial. That is a woman who has already processed enough of this information to form an opinion about its credibility. And she is saying the credibility is there. According to the Bravo breakdown of what happens in each part. Part 1. Tonight covers Chris responding to these cheating allegations. So we are getting his answer tonight, in real time, in front of Audrey, in front of the whole cast. And then there is the baby pack situation, which is somehow even more chaotic than it sounds. Shane Davis and Natalie Maguire, who had a complicated dynamic all season with Natalie being accused of getting too close to Shane while she was with Marcus Johnson, apparently have a baby pact together. Andy asks Shane in the trailer if someone has a baby pact with him. And Shane answers, "She would like to have my genes? She would like to have his genes." That is what he said, on camera, at the reunion, about a woman he is not in a relationship with. And then Kim Suarez and Natalie Maguire get into it over Marcus, because Natalie was accused of having a friendship with Kim's boyfriend that was too close for comfort. And Kim tells someone in the trailer, "You are so delusional." And based on the body language in the clips, she is talking to Venus. Venus, meanwhile, confirms in his interviews that he does not fully trust Kim. And given how tight Venus and Marcus's friendship is, that distrust is not nothing. This cast is a lot, in the best way possible. Now let me rank who is walking into tonight's reunion in the most dangerous position. And I want you to argue with me on this in the comments. The person in the most danger tonight is Chris Hahn. Not because of the cousins drama, because of the cheating allegations. The cousins video can be explained away as adult content marketing and athletic recovery. A woman posting publicly that she was sleeping with him while he was with Audrey. That is a character question. That is not a marketing choice. And Andy Cohen asking him directly about it on camera is not a soft question. That is a go-time moment. And how Chris handles it tonight is going to define how the Bravo audience sees him for the rest of this show's run. The second person in the most danger is Angelica, because she is sitting in a room where the majority of her cast believes she weaponized private information against someone she had a failed romance with. She is unremorseful about it publicly, and now she also has to deal with Audrey blowing up at her over a separate Instagram feud that apparently spiraled into Audrey being brutalized on social media and blaming Angelica for starting it. In the trailer, Audrey tells Angelica, "Shut the F up. F you because you effing started it." That is not a quiet confrontation. That is a full Bravo moment. And it is happening in part 1, tonight. Here is my hot take, and this is the one that I think is going to divide the room. Vanderpump Rules. Season 12, with this entirely new cast, has been one of the most genuinely unpredictable seasons of any Bravo show in recent memory. Not because every single person is likable, but because you genuinely cannot predict from episode to episode what any of them is going to do next. Chris and Jason making adult content together and being completely unapologetic about it is chaotic. The description that Israel read out loud is one of the most unintentionally hilarious moments of the season. Demi throwing the phone down is iconic television. Andy Cohen comparing it to White Lotus is the most on-brand thing Andy Cohen has ever done. But here is what I actually think is the most interesting thing about the cousin situation specifically. Jason and Chris are genuinely unbothered by this scandal in a way that I find weirdly refreshing on a Bravo show. Most reality TV cast members caught in something like this get defensive. They manage, they apologize for things they do not actually regret. Jason went on Watch What Happens Live and said his content has good qualities, and the fans who bought it were happy with it, with his mother in the audience. And he said, "Keep it classy. That is a man who is fully committed to the bit, and I respect the consistency even when I have 1,000 questions about the content itself." Comment below right now before you go watch this reunion tonight. Who are you most nervous about walking into that stage? Are you Team Cousins or Team Angelica on this one? And are you watching live at 9 p.m. Eastern on Bravo or catching it on Peacock tomorrow? I need to know. Drop it below right now. All right, let us close this out quickly because you have a reunion to get ready for. 3 things to watch for tonight. 1. Chris responding to the cheating allegations. This is the most serious moment of the entire episode and the one with the most real-world consequences for his relationship with Audrey and his reputation with the cast. 2. Angelica and Audrey's confrontation. Audrey tells her to shut the F up in the trailer. That is the energy going into this room tonight, and whatever started on Instagram is getting finished on that stage. 3. Andy Cohen asking the whole cast on a scale of nothing to White Lotus, how bad was it? Whatever the cousins say in response to that question is going to be the clip that defines this entire season for people who only ever see one moment from it. Part 1 of the Vanderpump Rules. Season 12 reunion airs tonight, Tuesday, March 3rd at 9 p.m. Eastern on Bravo. Extended and uncensored version streams tomorrow on Peacock. Part 2 airs next Tuesday, March 10th. Reaction video goes up the second. Part 1 is over tonight. Subscribe and hit the bell right now. You do not want to miss it. I will see you tonight.